Hi, I'm Sloane. I'm 15 years old and I love basketball. Today on the show, we have Chiney Ogwumike. Chiney is a two-time WNBA All-Star, ESPN analyst, and social justice advocate. She was also the #1 overall pick in the 2014 WNBA draft, and since has become one of the most recognizable faces in women's basketball. We'll find out what she was like when she was 15 and see if she has any tips for me as a new and up-and-coming broadcaster. Okay, Chiney, so here's where I want to start off. Like, when I do anything with my brother, and I mean anything, like play Monopoly, play like FIFA, play like football in our backyard, like we can't go a second without getting in a fight. A second. I don't understand how you are on a professional sports team with your sister. I mean, you guys went to college together, you played high school together, and both of you still are able to shine? How is that possible?
So it's funny because I think the bigger testament is that we've never even gotten to fights from being competitive, meaning like we learned to play basketball together. It wasn't like those, I feel like we're the only siblings that had the non-backyard battle, meaning oh, let me teach you how to dribble. Let me teach you how to shoot so that when we go and play together, we can kill these fools.
So this was like a teacher-student dynamic.
100%, because my sister, this is a crazy story kind of. So the first time I ever played basketball, they put us in there because my mom heard from a friend that, why do you have your
coworker?
Yeah, exactly.
I did my research. I got to you.
Yeah,
you
your
know.
coworker. She was like, you guys are too tall for basketball. I mean, you guys are too tall for gymnastics. Put them into basketball. So we went to the basketball. That first practice was trauma because I only like, and this is probably very similar to you, I only like doing things that I know I'm good at. So like, that's why I don't
That's why bowl.
I do this. That's why, exactly. That's why I don't play video games that much because I don't have the time to perfect it. So going out there and playing basketball, I was like, I don't want to go out there and shoot air balls and like not be great.
Yeah.
And my sister, she's a curious one. She's the oldest child. And we always say she's a guinea pig. So she went out there and did it. And so she really taught us everything she knew because she started finding a love for the game and was like, we do everything together.
Yeah.
So it's always been like about sisterhood, about love. It's never been like, I'm trying to cross you up and score and say I'm the better player. It's just naturally happened where that mindset has taken us to new heights. Like literally riding her coattails has made all of us great.
And I guess also because you guys have been on the same team so many times, that's different. But like, I love watching Steph and Seth go at it, but they've never been on the same team. So I guess it's maybe a little different, whereas for you, it's...
Well, we were on different teams for a little...
yes, but
for
now,
a little
you've had
while.
a lot of experience.
We've had a lot of, like my whole life. High school, AAU, college, which was awesome. The first time we were on different teams, it was still cool. Like, it was literally a circus the first time we played against each other. I will never forget 2014. So this is when I graduated from Stanford. I got drafted. And our first matchup, the league was blowing it out because they're like, you two are siblings. You made history. The only other siblings to go #1 in major sports, Peyton and Eli. So they built up this game. And it was cool.
Who's Peyton and who's Eli? Out of the two of you?
Who's Peyton? I'm totally Eli. But the problem is she has a championship. So like she's got like the pedigree of Peyton. Gets to, but I, and I'm the personality. You know what I'm saying? So
you'll get a ring. I have faith.
Lord, please, Lord. But yeah, so when we faced off for the first time, it was madness. Like family members, media, all this stuff. The game was actually our piece. We're like, it's just us two together. Like, let's just go out there and hoop.
Yeah.
That's when things calmed down. We didn't have to think about all the circus around it. I will never forget. Jump ball happened. And of course, like, I don't even think I was supposed to be guarding Nneka that first possession, but like the league sort of nudged us, right?
The script writers.
The script, like, Chiney, you're doing the jump ball. I was like, okay, all right, I see what y'all are doing. I knew she was going to get the jump because she has higher bounce than me. I have longer reach, but she has higher bounce.
But you're both 6'2"?
No, so I'm taller than Nneka.
Okay.
A lot of people don't realize that.
Okay.
I'm the tallest of us 4 siblings. I'm like 6'3".
Okay.
Nneka's
you're listed
like,
as 6'2".
Well, yeah. I'm barefoot 6'2". Actually, you want to know something crazy? I listed myself as 6'4" in college just because I wanted to seem more intimidating.
Illegal, but I'm a big platform shoe girl. Like I don't buy shoes
and I wear orthotics, so I feel like
I'm also 5'4", so it's like a little bit of a different situation than like going from 6'2" to 6'3".
It is. You'll need like some stilettos.
Yeah, exactly.
So that first matchup, we did the jump ball and Nneka got it, so I knew it. I was anticipating it, and we were running back, and I looked at her and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're like playing against each other for the first time." She did not see me. She did not hear me. She proceeded to get that first possession, which they knew what they were doing. The Sparks had Nneka get the ball in the mid-post. She hit me with the jab, mid-range swish. And at that moment when I saw that shot go up and I was guarding her, I was like, I gotta go.
Okay, so you have had sibling fights.
I have had this sibling fight, but it has been contained to games.
I see.
And I took a lot of L's. until actually we got a couple wins versus the Sparks. And then I joined her.
And now you can't beat him, join him, right?
Exactly, right?
Yeah. I won't be doing that with my brother. I will not be joining
I don't foresee that for you.
Yeah. Especially, for multiple reasons, but yeah. So as you know, I'm 15 and I'm in 9th grade. Sometimes 15-year-olds are in 10th grade. I'm just setting the scene here for you. But I'd like to start off asking about you when you were 15. So I just want to know, first off, who were you?
Oh, my God.
What were your interests? Everything.
When I was 15 years old, I was a nerd. I did not have all of this slicked down. I did not have this together. Thank you, Lord, for the glow ups, right? I was probably the freshman or sophomore class president. I was founding the civil rights club of my school. There we go. Okay,
yes, let's go.
Stuco, baby. Okay, cool. Yeah, civil rights club, student council, honor society, heavy nerd.
Okay.
But then also heavy hooper.
So it's like hard to, those two don't really clash.
Exactly. But I was like the tallest girl in my class. And this is when I just transitioned. So I went from private school to public school.
Okay.
So private school, I was the only Black girl in my class. Like it was a different experience. I wasn't getting picked to dance at the dance. And then I go to public school. I'm like, it's a whole new world. Like, let's go.
This is where the glow up happened?
This is where, the glow up didn't happen until like a couple years ago.
Oh, okay. I mean, I feel like, I don't know. This is maybe like an extra glow up.
You kids are built different. You're built different. You have access to the internet. You have all those things. We just had our parents saying, you look amazing, sweetie.
There's a thing on TikTok.
And then you look back and you're like, no, trauma.
Yeah. Well, no, anyway, I was saying there's this thing on TikTok where you can, if you press the share button, apparently, you'll get a glow up. It's like this thing where people like basically gaslight you into liking their videos. But like, of course, every day I'm like, okay,
no, you look,
okay, thank you.
I love you. You look natural, cute, like appropriate
I try.
age. Like you've got it all together.
Thank you.
Some people look way too far at their age.
Yes.
But you've got it all. You've got it all.
I appreciate the love. So was your dream college Stanford before your sister had gone? Because I know you turned down, UConn and Notre Dame, but from Texas, like that's sort of a long ways to go to be like, I'm going to go to Stanford,
So I turned down UConn because and it was a crazy official recruiting visit. So all these girls went on this one big UConn visit.
Okay.
They all came with their parents. And at that time, UConn was the destination for all top players. Like it doesn't matter how many they had. Everyone said yes to Coach Gino. I will never forget. I was the last recruit going into his office. All the other women that went in there came out crying and happy, like, I'm coming to UConn. You know what that means?
Yeah.
I'm going to be a national champion. I'm going to get drafted. And I was the only one without my parents on that trip. And so I went in there and I saw Coach Gino and he had all his
fully by yourself.
By myself. And all those trophies behind him. And all he said when I came in was, are you coming? Dang, like scene, set, like bam.
Yeah.
And I never could make a decision without my parents, without telling them like, hey, this is how I'm just that type of person. I just wanted my family involved. And so I had to, maneuver my way out of there and just say like, I saw him eye to eye. I loved his competitive fire. He understood that aspect of me. But I was like, I don't think, this is going to work out. I didn't tell him then, but I was like, I need to go talk to my family. So no UConn. I knew I wasn't going to Notre Dame right when I landed. I landed in South Bend, a whole bunch of snow, Texas girl, African girl. I was like, hold up, what is this? Where am I? I love the school. I love the university, but I just was like, this is different.
That. Yeah.
And then Stanford was just a dream. It was a dream come true. So I never thought, I didn't really have this idea of dream schools.
Yeah.
I just thought that Stanford was a fit for everything I wanted academically and athletically. And the only other school that I really wanted to go to was Harvard. But Harvard, they have a different, scholarship setup.
Yes.
And so it's like,
it's
okay.
It's just financial aid, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And it's a little bit more complicated. I was like, you know what? If I can make it easy on my parents who could pay, but I'm like, well, I don't want to put my position, my parents in that position. I was like, Stanford it's
also
an easy decision.
Wise, I mean.
And basketball,
of course,
absolutely.
Harvard has the name, but
they have the name. But coming from African family that academics is king, to say you went to Harvard is the ultimate.
Stanford at this point, it's
the ultimate flex.
It's just, I feel like
Stanford now is top it's cool.
For sure.
That works.
So who were your idols at 15, basketball and non-basketball?
Whoa. Dang. Flash is this is a blast from the past. My idols at 15. Whoa. I'm trying to think of what I was watching on television then. Okay. I was probably watching, we had a very locked down house, so I was probably still watching Disney Channel and all that stuff. I don't know what y'all watch at 15.
No hate in watching Disney Channel, okay?
I love Disney. I'm employed by Disney, so I guess it all worked out. I'm trying to think, who are my idols? And I always had a distant idol who has become my real life mentor, in Lisa Leslie.
Oh, wow.
Because when I started playing basketball, I was like, hey, this woman embodies everything that I want to be. Fierce, feminine, entrepreneur, broadcaster, mom, wife, sister, like literally everything she has done.
Yeah.
And so I was like, she set the template for what, and also being like a dark-skinned Black woman achieving. And she was a model, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all those things I never even thought were possible once you put on a jersey. And she put on a jersey and she did them all. So I think seeing her, I didn't even process it back then what that meant to me until I met her later and I was like, oh my gosh.
What was that like? Like what went through your head?
Okay, so meeting her, I was like, oh, this is unreal. So I met her when I was playing at Stanford. We were playing USC and she is, based in LA at the time. And she called my sister and I over and was like, you girls are special. Keep going, which was amazing. And then ever since then, I stayed in touch. And my agent is actually her agent. And so we've really built a family relationship. But you know what I love about Lisa Leslie? Forget the hoops. She needs her own talk show on relationships and love.
Really?
She has literally helped. You know when your parents
like
tell you something?
Cupid?
Like, oh, no, not Cupid, but more like Iyanla. Like fix my life, like relationship advice, like that type of stuff, personal growth stuff. Like go to Lisa Leslie, tell her your personal life situation and she will give you good ways to go through it.
Wow,
so ever since I've been a rookie in the WNBA, I go to her, I hang out with her, and I never, ever talk hoops. And it's like literally been one of the most meaningful relationships.
But I'm sure that's also amazing because so much of your life is talking basketball. So like having that moment to just,
Preach.
I got you.
Preach.
I'm saying this as we're talking about
basketball.
I know, right? So now we've heard about you when you were 15. I feel like we would vibe. I don't know. Maybe I was just like a little cooler than you. Maybe
you probably were for sure cooler, but we would have
maybe just a little.
No, look, we would have been friends because I was like very much most popular athlete.
Okay.
I just was not like all put together.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
I would have like taught you the way.
Yeah, you would have helped. You would have helped me.
Yes,
with
oh my God, that
like,
would be
hey, girl,
so cute. We could like go back in time.
We could shop together.
Yeah, and I could announce for you like while you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sign me up.
So now I think we should go on to you now because like 15, good age, but you grow up, So what was the most memorable play of your career?
Whoa, the most memorable play of my career. That's a great question. Let me think. I'm trying to think. So I think probably the most memorable play. I've had some really big moments, like winning a state championship when I was in high school was a big moment because I proved to myself that I can do it on my own too because I did it with my sister and then she left and they're like, how good is her little sister? And I was like, we won a state championship. The second half of my final game at home when I was at Stanford was huge. We played UNC. That got us to the Final Four. I had a horrible first half. And then my big sister, Nneka, came and found me at Stanford as I was about to warm up for the second half and was like, what are you doing? Just play basketball. Don't overthink it. Had a great second half. That was my final game at Maples Pavilion at Stanford. And we got to go to the Final Four my senior year, which was huge.
Yeah.
And then I think I hit a game winner versus my sister and the Sparks when I was on the Connecticut Sun. I think it was an O board or something like that. And like I put it off like bank shot. Maybe they had one like a couple seconds left to try to heave something, but it didn't work out. And that was fire because that was at Staples at the time. LA, those games are rocking. It was against my sister, Candace Parker, playing against them. And to have that game winner earlier in my career, like I was like, okay.
Candace Parker is actually the perfect segue into the next question because so my next question is what is the most memorable game you've called? But when I said that, I asked this question to Candace. I said, what was the most memorable call of your career? And she goes, I called Barack Obama. And I was like, no, you're not getting it. Not a phone call. You can answer both ways. But I mean like when you were on air and you, actually, but you know what? I'd like to hear both.
I got the Obama tweet after working the election in 2020, which to me was like probably one of the coolest things. Like, hey, that was up there. I would say the game that, I'm trying to think. I call games, but I'll just say the game I was working. I'm trying to think of which game I was working. Honestly, I don't even know specifically because technically I provide analysis for a lot of games.
Yeah.
My favorite game ever, I don't know if you're too young for this. Okay. 2016, obviously. Well, no, you know this, but I was going to say Christmas 2016, Kyrie hit a game winner. Which was great.
Okay, of course.
But,
I mean, I'm an NBA podcast host, of course.
Yes, that Christmas Day game
also,
was
those
huge.
Christmas Day jerseys.
fire. I miss those days. And those commercials too.
And the long sleeve jerseys. I also love those.
Even though, wasn't it Braun that like ripped off the arms?
I mean, there's definitely it's definitely hard to plan, but like the look. It's very aesthetic.
It looks good. It's very aesthetic for the vibes. Bring it back for the vibes. Let them tear it up. It's all good. Exactly. We're going to be fine. I would say my favorite game ever is the 2016 NBA Finals Game 7, LeBron James, Warriors. You know, you have the stop, the block, the shot, all those things. So that sequence was huge, and then getting to break that down after it was huge. But like,
as a Warriors fan, that wasn't huge for me. But I get where you're coming from. I'll be that
the Warriors have had like most of the moments the last 10 or so years. So.
Well,
they deserve it.
Fine.
Though.
I mean, 4 rings in the last 10 years. That's
pretty
good.
You
can't hate. You can't hate. Okay, so what from being a player do you think has helped you most with your announcing? Because I feel like for me, I play soccer, not basketball, and like I think I know basketball pretty well. But then there's always that thing where it's like. I stopped playing basketball when I was in 4th grade, you know, and a little bit of me is like, I don't feel like I can necessarily connect as well on that, but obviously you can. So what has that been?
So the thing that has helped me as an athlete to transition to broadcasting is the game mentality. So like when the lights go on and you have to go out there and perform, you sort of have a routine and you have a mindset in how to approach yourself being as successful as possible. It's like I wake up, I, have my breakfast, I go, I do my treatment, I go have a great shoot around, I get my nap.
What is your breakfast?
I mean, nothing. I don't eat. I don't know why I said breakfast because this is a very controversial take. I think breakfast is overrated to me.
It's disgusting.
I don't like breakfast. Yeah.
I do not eat breakfast.
I skip it almost every day, but I do smoothies because like my trainer's like, you have to have something.
Smoothies?
Yes. Erewhon. Oh, what is
Strawberry glaze.
It's the orange and it's a really sweet orange one. What is Sunrise? It's not Sunrise.
Well, I don't know. I'm a coconut cloud girl, so I'm not familiar with the
I don't know.
I know the blue.
It's like coconut's hit or miss.
But it doesn't really taste like coconut. It's more of
so maybe I'll be open-minded because I always think coconut, if you put it in anything, it takes over. So I'm like,
okay, no, this is not the way that this smoothie goes.
Okay, yeah. I'm like an orange Sunrise one from Erewhon. And also like their hot foods fire.
Oh my God, buffalo cauliflower from Erewhon.
That
gets me going. I just gotta be so real. So good.
They have these chicken taquitos too now, like fire.
By the way, for those of you listening who don't know what Erewhon is
they know what it is.
Actually, let's be real. Everyone knows what Erewhon is. But just in case, let's be inclusive here.
True.
Erewhon is a grocery store just in LA, because that's where it's at. And it's very trendy, and they
it's viral.
You should try it.
It's gone viral.
Hailey Bieber smoothie.
Because it's the one that's all over the internet. Because everyone's like the most expensive grocery store in America. Come inside with me. It's like got a Hailey, but it's worth the money.
Do you know who Alex Earl is?
No.
Okay, so shout out Alex Earl if you want to be on. I know it's not basketball, but like I'd love to have you. And anyway, she's an influencer.
Okay.
And I saw her outside of Erewhon.
Oh, you did?
Having a meal with her ex-boyfriend, and it was very problematic. And I was
Did you report on this?
I didn't report on it, but I feel like I just did.
You just did.
Sorry, Alex, but we took a little selfie and it went viral. So it was like, But yeah, that was all. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
Wait, where were we?
We were talking about how being a player has helped you out being
exactly.
an announcer.
So yeah, I think that honestly, just having that mindset of preparation, even though I don't eat breakfast, but I get to the gym, I have my smoothie, and then I go and rest, and then I follow up on Scout, and I watch a lot of video, and then I feel like I'm as prepared as I can to go and hoop. The same thing. I watch the games. I text with our producers. I get there earlier than any other analyst gets there. I
saw that video of Richard pulling up late.
Richard is
naughty
trauma.
Richard.
Richard is freaking trauma, but I love him. Like, he's so lovable, but he's just like, Richard, why do you literally, he's a rock in everyone's shoe everywhere. But it's like a rock that you love, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's all good.
And his bald head.
Oh my gosh. And it's, what's so weird about Richard's bald head, which some of us know about? It's like when it starts getting hair. It's like it gets little stubble.
Hair?
It gets stubble. And I'm like, what is that gray thing on your head?
No. Yeah. That's disturbing.
It's very disturbing.
Oh my God.
And sometimes he'll not, he'll have stubble around. I'm like, Richard, no, don't do that. Yeah. But yeah, no, I get there early. I talk a lot to the producers, and I feel like I'm the queen of breakdowns. I watch the game, I look at the numbers, and I really want to break down something so that anyone that comes and watches our show feels like they learned something new, but something fun and something that they can go and say, hey, and tell their friends oh, did you know that guy's the best defender in the NBA under these other top two? Oh, do you know that guy's shooting the most percentage? Do you know AD is successful because he's shooting the most twos this year than he has since 2015? I have all these numbers cataloged. And so when people watch a game, they have something to watch for. And that's what I love.
I love that. So now we're moving on to my favorite segment.
Okay.
So we all know the NBA is a league of very talented men. Also, very, very beautiful men.
I saw your bio on your podcast and I was like, takes hotter than Kelly Oubre. I was like,
that's where we're going.
I was like, I have to do this.
Takes hotter than Kelly Oubre Jr. So, like I said, I mean, they're really, really hot takes. Green eyes, tattoos, sometimes bleach blonde hair. It depends. He goes back and forth. You know what I mean? The best fits on League Fits. Like these takes, they're spicy.
Let's get it.
I'm telling you. So let's start off with this. But you gotta get hot. Okay.
Okay, I'll get hot.
Because not a lot of things are hotter than Kelly.
Look, this is a safe space. Okay. Even though it's going out to the world, it's a safe space.
Safe space for all of us. Other than you and your sister, who is the best athlete with Nigerian descent?
Ooh, oh, snap. So, I mean, the answer is, wow, I don't want to do any disservice to, because like Nigerians are like now taking over as superhuman athletes, like period. I mean, you can't watch a college football game without seeing multiple Nigerians on it.
Yeah.
You can't watch a basketball game these days without seeing Nigerians everywhere. And so I don't want to do a disservice. I feel like the obvious answer is Giannis Antetokounmpo just because of his transformation.
Yeah.
If you see that rookie picture of Giannis.
Oh my God, he's so skinny.
And you see him now.
It's
only
amazing.
Egusi and Nigerian fufu will do that for you.
Wow. Okay.
You gotta eat it. I'll take you there.
Okay,
don't worry. I do get cuisine here.
Should we do an episode?
You've seen that. I feel like you've seen that Lori Harvey TikTok of her going to the Nigerian restaurant and eating the egusi with her hands and the fufu.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta try that.
Lori Harvey's ex also pretty hot, so we gotta.
Wait, hold on. Which one?
Michael B. Jordan. I mean,
okay,
low-key all of them, but like Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, wait, fun fact. She's now dating a Nigerian. Speaking of Nigerians.
Oh, wow.
Damson Idris.
Yeah. Running the world. Okay.
I know, right?
So actually, because we're just on this, I have a trivia question for you.
Okay.
So do you know, out of all NBA players who were born in Nigeria, not of Nigerian descent, who has the highest 2K rating currently?
I mean, 2K, it's obvious because Giannis is the best player in the league, right?
Well, it's born in Nigeria.
Oh, born in Nigeria.
Well, actually, was he born in Nigeria?
He was.
No. He was born in Greece.
Was he? I think he was born in Nigeria and then they went to Greece. But
I think that was with his brother. Okay, well it doesn't count on the 2K. Ronnie will discuss at a later time. But just for now, let's take the Antetokounmpo brothers out of this.
Okay. I don't think Bam was born there. I don't think Victor was born there. Nigerians in the league.
I can give you a hint.
Sure.
His name is an adjective.
This Precious?
Yes.
Precious Echua.
Yeah, Look at that.
Hey.
That was tough, but I feel like
no,
you were going to get there.
But also, like,
I had a good hint.
Another fun fact.
Because no one else's name.
That was a very good hint. By the way, like, half of Nigerians' names are adjectives.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or titles.
Interesting. Okay. Learn something new every day.
Yep.
Other than you and your sister, who are the best sibling duos in basketball? Also, it's National Sibling Day or something. And I was looking at ESPN and I was scrolling and you and your sister were on there. So I was thinking about you guys and the other people. And, yeah.
So, best siblings in basketball?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously us, the Antetokounmpos are great.
Obviously,
That's
yes,
great.
I love that confidence.
I love the Lopez. And I say us because we're four. I know a lot of people talk about
I was going to go into that
multiples.
In a second.
I love the Lopez brothers, the Lopez twins.
Brooke and Robin.
They're so different, but they are phenomenal. We actually had them on the show today, and they were on brand.
Also, they went to Stanford.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
I love the holidays.
Classic.
The holidays are nice. Am I missing some siblings?
I mean, the Currys.
Oh well, duh.
I don't think you said the Antetokounmpos.
I did.
Oh, you did?
But Curry's
Marcus and Marquise.
Yes. Oh my gosh, love the twins.
Them.
How do you share a bank account? That's my question.
They share a bank account?
Yeah, apparently they share a bank account. I mean, maybe they've transitioned because they're way older now. But at one point, they have the same tats.
No. Well, you obviously know the conspiracy that they switched at halftime, right?
What?
Okay, apparently there was this thing where I forget what teams they both were on at this point, but apparently they were okay, this may not be real because now that I think about this is a little much.
But this is cute.
But apparently they changed because when you're oh, I have a twin sister and we switched to mess with our teacher.
I have a story like that. So people can't tell me and my older sister Nneka apart. And so when we're at Stanford, there was a point where I was like, hey, I'm not feeling great. Can you go and, go to this orientation for me? She went in, no one noticed. And so we've done that before. I mean, not saying that I did her whole degree or she did my whole degree.
Okay.
But for one class where we needed to have attendance,
Stanford's
no one knew.
They're just
they're going to be like,
take away your degree.
Never.
Yeah.
They owe me a check for what I've done for them. They owe me a check.
Queen vibes.
But we did a whole can you help me and go attend this class? And no one ever blinked. No one noticed.
Well, I guess maybe in a game you guys like put on each other's jerseys.
This is what my sister hates. In the games, I tend to get a lot of her stats. I don't know why.
Lucky.
So sometimes I'll get an extra rebound, or I get a steal.
Imagine
I
you're,
get those stats.
One rebound away from a triple double, and you just get that
and
from her.
If she were to get a triple double, I would be the one a volleyball, passing, tapping it to her.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yep.
So I was just gonna get into this about you having 4 sisters, and then Giannis has 4 brothers. 4 on 4. What's happening there?
I would like to take our odds just because we've got shooters.
And that's not necessarily what the others are.
Yeah, but they do have size and speed and athleticism. They're very talented. But I'll be like, okay, let's all just fire it.
Yeah.
Just fire it. But if we play.
I'd love to see the tunnel walk-ins in that game. All of you guys have some fire fits. So that would be exciting.
Facts.
Next up, I actually feel like you're doing a good job of doing really hot takes. I am? Right now, I feel like they're at a Jalen Green level. So.
Okay.
So that's pretty hot, but we need to just funny.
Now I'm understanding
now
your
you get what I'm saying?
How did you feel about his haircut, by the way?
I didn't. Okay, so right now, you're at a Jalen Green pre-haircut.
Oh, I'm done.
So it's fine. You're at a good space.
That's so funny. You like the old haircut.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect.
No,
I'd take him anyway, but of course, we just need to.
Interesting. I love my Houston Rockets, so
that's why because also I could say, well, maybe it's Jalen Green level, Jordan Poole level.
Wait, where's your higher? So is Jordan above Jalen? Okay,
but also I'm a Warriors girl, so part of
sense.
it for me is just actually, it's sort of funny because I love Jordan, but God, does he piss me off sometimes?
Why? Because of the games, or
I'm what are you doing?
He's been better lately.
He has been better lately, and I talk to him like I'm his mom, which is probably really weird.
That's not going to help your case.
And it's not going to help my case either. So Jordan, close your ears on this one. But I'm what are you doing?
So I think to his defense, it's not easy going in and out.
It's not.
Steph
and
available, not available, transitioning, Clay, all that stuff.
But it's just hard because I'm you're just turning it over in a moment where there's 14 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing.
It feels like he's got all of that out of his system in the regular season.
Baby, you've been doing great lately. I'm so proud of you.
You're doing amazing, sweetie. Amazing. I'm the mom with the recorder. She can be whoever you want.
Girlfriend.
In 10 years.
Exactly. Okay, so now let's get to the Kelly. Actually,
I'm sorry, but okay.
Now let's get to now let's get to the Kelly Oubre Jr. level of hot. So other than Steph and Clay, who would you say is the best backcourt in the NBA?
Oh, right now, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. For what they've been doing, Jason Tatum just made history. The first Celtic player ever to average 30 points. I think it was 30.1. He got it by a nail. Mm-hmm. Those two have been just in a tier of their own. I love them. And then let's see who else. Duo. I mean, people had a lot of high, ambitions for Luka and Kyrie, and everyone thought that was going to be that. Yeah. Well, it's not their fault. I think they're two offensive players.
They can't work together. Both of them want the ball. I mean, it just doesn't work.
They can't work together. They're just going to have to retool everything else.
I don't think it's going to work out. I don't, as long as, one of them needs to make a decision and be I am going to play a different game. And I just don't think Luka and Kyrie are the type of people to do that. But they can prove me wrong.
Yeah. I think that the problem is that I think they're both locked in, so they're going to be forced to make it to work. And it's going to be more important for the front office to figure out how to make them work better together.
Sure. Which WNBA player is the best dressed?
Oh, so I love, besides my sister, who steps her style game up, as well as, she has a stylist, Christina Ogwumike, who's a WNBA player. And I feel like she's always giving people looks. I have to go with, I love Izzy Harrison. Isabel Harrison, tall but owns it. Whether it's jerseys that are custom, bringing back jersey dresses to the sneakers and the pants. She has a good eclectic mix of looks. So
what would you
Izzy.
give yourself on a scale of 1 through 10?
So I'm not gonna lie. I've never really tried with my fits in the W.
It seems like you have.
On air, I try.
Oh, I see.
But
when you walk
in the W,
just,
because we had so many bigger fish to fry than what do I look like coming into arena the last few years. I just gave up. And I remember there's this one girl that commented Chiney, are you going to keep giving us basic Adidas looks? I was like, honey, yes, because all I care about is hooping. And when I go out there and play, that's all I care about.
Because they sponsor you. You got to get
and
that bag. You got to get that bag, okay?
But I
get it.
One of my mottos is I don't take things personal, I take notes. So I took notes and I was like, you know what? I can actually invest a little bit more because Christina Ogwumike, she was like, you look good, you bring that confidence into the locker room and that's what you translate to the court. I was like, all right. Instead of being in survival mode, I don't care what I look like, I'm going to actually come in with some heat this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout me out a little when you walk
Well, you're going to be there. You better be.
Duh. can walk in together.
Okay, we can.
Little duo action. So I usually ask which NBA player has the best shoe game, but I feel like everyone just says PJ Tucker. Like it's sort of not
this is
like
true.
It's pretty obvious.
This is true.
So my new question is, which NBA player has the best shoe? Like custom shoe.
Oh, I mean, I'm a 3-stripe life girl, so I go Adidas. So I'm gonna have to pick someone. I've always loved Dame. His shoes are just comfortable and they're functional, and they also like are flexes. Oh, I scored 71 points. Bam, new shoe.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the all-time leading scorer with the Trailblazers. Bam, new shoe. Oh, I just beat you in the playoffs. Clutch
also,
shot.
but
Bam,
it's
new
with
shoe.
the Trailblazers, so it's sort of a low bar. But
I mean, look, this is true, but that man.
It's true.
I mean,
It's still impressive.
Free my guy Dame at this point. I love my guy Dame. Like, I love him.
You know what? Last night really showed how much of an impact he has. The fact that the Warriors had 157 points. Not that he's a defensive player at all, but just and free him is
as
real.
a Warriors fan, you should know what Dame does whenever he plays against the Warriors. He goes crazy.
Oh, he goes off, but you know who goes even more off?
Who?
My boy Steph. Yeah.
Oh, well, that is fair, but then Steph has a whole system around him. Dame is doing it by himself.
How many rings does Dame have?
But I'm just saying, you're asking about shoes. I'm not talking about Steph Curry.
Fine.
Do you want to talk
Sorry,
about your boy's shoes? Steph's?
Oh, I thought you were saying Kelly. I'm like,
no.
I know my husband doesn't have his own
didn't know.
shoes,
I thought we were talking about Jordan.
Actually, yes, he does. I'm so sorry, Kelly. I'm so sorry. He has shoes with Converse. I'm not sure if they still make them, but he did have shoes with Converse.
Correct.
Yes, Steph's shoes are fire.
Okay. I like Dame. But like, look, I'm 3-stripe life.
No,
so, you know, I always wear
I like that. Okay, so next segment. So think of Muggsy Bogues and Manute Bol. Really tall, really short. Teammates at one point. So it's sort of like a this or that type situation, but we have to go fast. Like we just gotta
rapid
fire.
fire.
To be honest, I'm just gonna guess both of us are gonna give an explanation, but let's just pretend like we're gonna be productive and go.
I got you.
Last shot, MJ or Kobe?
Why are you doing this? I can't go
You can
fast.
pass. You can pass.
Both.
Okay,
this is on brand for me.
WCBA or WNBA?
WNBA.
Why? You scored like 52 in the WCBA.
Oh, yeah, that is true. And like, look, before I tore my Achilles in China, which was trauma, bro, we were killing everybody in China. I forgot I scored 52.
Yeah, you're welcome. Fact check.
I forgot I scored 52 in China. Hunan. Oh my gosh.
I'm just like,
thank you for reminding me.
Of course. You know, I was scrolling on that Wikipedia page.
Oh,
I
did drop it. That is hilarious. Okay, keep going.
Sorry. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Oh, God.
My bad.
Okay, last shot. Sue Bird or Diana Taurasi?
Diana. Sorry, Sue. I love you. But last pass, Sue Bird. Easy.
Okay. Lakers or Clippers?
Lakers. Sorry.
Nike or Adidas? Well, I feel like we've talked enough about this.
Gatorade I feel bad for the Clippers. I love you too, Clippers, but I don't hate me.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Gatorade, I mean, I want money from both, so both. I'll drink either.
Okay. Love both. What is your favorite flavor Gatorade?
Oh, ooh. I don't like any of the funky stuff.
Yeah, okay. Cucumber, lemon, or whatever? No.
So I'm going, like, there's always the white, red, orange, blue.
White?
No, I know. White, no.
I forget what it's called. The light blue, isn't it like Glacier Freeze?
Oh, that baby blue Glacier.
Yeah.
That one's not bad, but it's like too light. I think a solid red.
Oh, God, no. Too much red 40. That's like nausea.
I didn't have the problem of being those kids that drink it and then you know they drink it because they ran out and like everything is like,
well,
you
on
have
their
mouth
face,
was like.
To be honest, like the yellow one's good. Like it's not.
The yellow is like good. It's underrated. I think the blue is a little too,
No.
I think it comes like red and orange.
Freeze it. Freeze the blue one and eat it with a spoon. Oh my God. Like
see?
insane.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm trying to think of what my favorite flavor was. I think they only give us like red and oranges in our practice cooler. Or maybe occasionally blue.
That was so dumb. I was say, how can you tell? But I guess you're not like drinking from the spout. You put it in
No,
a cup.
they give it to us individually. Yeah. I mean, you know, we got to survive these COVID days.
So, Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram.
Out on the town or Netflix and chill?
Netflix and chill.
Zion or Ja? Okay.
I was like thinking through as I was saying, it's like, okay. Yeah.
New York or LA?
LA.
Ronaldo or Messi?
Oh, now my dad's going to watch this podcast.
Okay.
You know,
what's your dad's name?
Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Yeah.
Thanks for, having Chiney on here. This is really great. Thank you. Yeah. Maybe you could become friends with my dad.
They would like literally hit it off.
Really? Oh, that's so
my
cute.
dad is the coolest ever. Oh, yeah. Messi.
Is that because Peter told you that?
I know this is because he just literally won the World Cup and like is one of the most well-rounded athletes ever in the history of mankind. And like,
which is insane because he's 5'7".
Have you watched I Am Georgina?
I have.
Do you like it?
I don't really have an opinion on it. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, low-key, I get it.
Look, why
like,
not?
It's Ronaldo.
If you're Ronaldo's
I don't
woman,
care.
I don't say that disrespectfully. You are a woman in yourself. You are Georgina.
Yes, okay,
but
she's a queen in her own right.
Yes.
But, like, I get that.
No, I was like, this looks interesting. I just saw it on Netflix the other day. I was like, oh, should I watch this?
I was like, get that bag, girl. Okay.
Like, look, I would do the same thing if I was sitting there.
Me as well. If I was a Gucci employee, you know.
Bruh, but then also, I know she does amazing things, so keep doing it.
Yes,
keep doing it.
Such a queen.
We stand.
Sam Kerr or Alex Morgan?
Whoa. Wow. Okay.
Please say Alex Morgan.
Oh, I'm saying Crystal Dunn.
Love.
Yes.
Thorne's queen.
Yes.
Okay. You or your sister, Nneka?
I mean, what?
Let's just be real here. Chiney. But Nneka, you can still come on the show. It's
okay,
fine.
for the
then
purposes
we can have a different
of
answer.
Yeah, I'm here. But next time we'll do a sibling pod.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Maybe we can invite like Giannis and Thanasis and Steph.
Yes, and then we can play one-on-one after, and we'll all fire a whole bunch of threes and see if we
won. There and watch.
You'll ref and announce.
Definitely not ref. Yeah. I cannot call, but I'll just like sit there.
Oh, you don't.
I feel like that would be like too problematic. Like I wouldn't want everyone like getting.
Definitely say all fouls on them, and we would win. You would like
totally. I got you. Of course.
Depends unless there's someone there that's Jordan Poole or Kelly Oubre there, and then we'd lose because
I mean,
she's a homer.
Real. If Quentin Grimes is there, I love the name.
Oh Lord, help us.
If Quentin Grimes is there, I think the calls have to be Sam. Okay, last question.
Okay.
Announcing right near you.
I mean, this is a layup.
I'm just gonna say me, and then we'll just sign off. End of the podcast.
How about this? In a couple years, I'm gonna say you.
Thank you. No, fine. You
right
can
now?
Be now. Your time will end. So and I will come.
Never, girl. The bags won't. Maybe my time will end, but the bags won't. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see you.
You see what I'm saying?
Same with Georgina.
I mean, hey, the bags don't end.
Never end.
As long as that's all we have to get to.
That's all we have to get to. I do my outro later. So.
That was it?
Yeah.
Yay! That was cute.
Thank you. Thanks for listening to Sloane Knows. To check out all the fun Chiney and I had after the show, make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram @Sloane Knows. Sloane has an E, by the way. By the way, you can listen to the podcast anywhere you can get podcasts. And you can catch clips on YouTube. Links are in the show notes.
From Jam Street Media.